to make a delicious chocolate decadent, unbelievable cake, then stay tuned for the video. Caprese al cioccolato. Come closer and take a look. Hello everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. We're going to be making a delicious decadent chocolate cake, gluten-free. Caprese al cioccolato, a very traditional cake that was invented on the island of Capri. So let's get started. Simple ingredients, easy, quick. You know, all my recipes simple and quick. That's my motto. Okay, come closer. I want to show you. So we're going to be starting with 6 eggs that have been separated, a cup of sugar. I have 7 ounces of bittersweet. This is 60% cacao in the chocolate. You want a good quality chocolate. We have here 2 tablespoons of Amaretto di Saronno, just any Amaretto liqueur. This is optional, you can leave it out, no problem. A teaspoon of vanilla. I have 3.5 cups of almond flour and 2 sticks of butter that have been sitting out and they're nice and soft. I want to show you something. I'm going to be using a 10-inch springform pan lined with parchment paper. I left this sticking out because I'll show you later. It's easier for the cleanup and everything, and also to move it out from the spring pan form. Now, the butter paper, don't discard it, but you use a little bit of butter that's left on it. Just rub the sides of your spring form. Separated the eggs. That's a step you need to be extremely careful, because if you get any of the yolk in the whites, they will not whip, because the protein will not, the fat from the yolk doesn't allow the whites to whip. So be careful with that. Concentrate while you're doing it, and if in case you drop a little bit, remove it, otherwise it does not whip. So I'm going to start whipping the whites and adding half of the sugar, but only once the eggs are fully whipped. See, the eggs whites are all whipped, so I'm going to add half of the sugar in it. Look at that. We have a perfect stiff meringue, and that's exactly what you want. Move this to the side. Let it sit, and let's get the chocolate melted. I'm going to be melting the chocolate in a double boil. Come closer. I don't have a pot that's small enough to fit my glass bowl. So what I'm going to do, I just put water, a wooden spoon, and I'm just going to lay it on top like this. Okay? Just add the chocolate in, and you'll see slowly it's going to start melting. Slowly stir it so the heat gets dispersed. It's completely melted. Let's move it away from the heat. Now let's get started. I didn't even rinse the whisk attachments because it's just with the egg whites. Let's cream the butter with the sugar. So I'm going to start and add the sugar in it too. Slowly so it doesn't go flying out. Doing this process, remember to scrape the sides. Of course, if you do this in a stand-up mixer, it's a lot easier. But not everybody has them, so I want to show you both ways they work great. Lower the speed and let's get the eggs incorporated one at a time. Add 1 egg in, mix it in, and then you add the next. Last egg in, vanilla in, and the Amaretto. Again, the Amaretto is optional. You could keep it with no liquor. It will still taste delicious. Chocolate cooled down, but it's still so smooth. This is so satisfying just doing this. Okay, let's get it incorporated in the batter right now. Go slowly. It's like magic. this dripping in. It's like playing with paint, like we did when we were children. Let's get it final, all incorporated. Again, scrape the sides. Going to start adding the almond flour now, a little bit at a time. Let it get incorporated and add more. The last of the almond flour. Important part is to add the egg whites in. Okay, start with, say I just added about half. Now with a gentle movement, bottom to top, you fold the egg whites right in. The rest of the egg whites in. What the egg white does, it adds lightness to the cake. God forbid we lose a little. Even it out with the spatula. Oven preheated 340. Let's get it in and check back in a little bit. Look how beautiful. It was in the oven 45 minutes. Let's let it cool completely and then we'll dust it with powdered sugar. If you don't use a spring form, you could also use the very large apple pie glass Pyrex. They work great too. So let's go ahead and remove the ring. Now remember I told you about leaving the parchment paper, and there's a reason. Because we're going to, ci mettiamo a giocare, come dice mia mamma, all'estate ti piace perdere tempo. I'm always thinking of creative ways to make things look pretty, perché l'occhio vuole la sua parte. So I have a stencil, and what I'm going to do is, the cake is completely cooled. What I'm going to do is dust it with powdered sugar. And if you all watch my videos, you know that my powdered sugar, I always keep vanilla pods in it. Once I use them, I keep the outside of it inside, and it makes a very fragrant powdered sugar. Okay, let's go ahead and sprinkle this right on. See if this worked or not, okay? So I am going to gently come closer, vediamo un poco, gently remove it. Yes! Beautiful. I'm using this spatula to help myself. Be very careful. Make sure the cake is completely cold, otherwise you could risk breaking it. Go gently. And here it is. Cut it together, come on. Come closer. See, this cake has a outside, a little bit of a crunchy crust, but inside it's so soft and decadent. Careful cutting. The first piece is never easy to get a perfect one, but guess what? We did it. Okay, ecco qua. The important part, I gotta taste it. Perfetta, buonissima, deliziosa, squisita. Please don't take my word for it. Make these recipes. Remember to share, make these recipes, share it with your loved ones, family, and friends. It's a wonderful way to stay connected and love one another. Grazie, arrivederci, alla prossima. Ciao ciao.